Okay, I'm going to call the August 11th, 2025 regular meeting of the Architectural Review Board to order at Town Hall, second floor conference room. I'll do a quick roll call here. Andre LaFerrier, Chairman, Ed Armstrong, Secretary, Denise Halleck, Member, and Michael McGinnis, alternate, and I'll seat you for Tina. Okay, and recording secretary is Janice, and you know to spell your name, and we'll move on. Item one, regular business. We've done the roll call. The minutes I'll put to the end of the meeting, and so new business tonight is Dunkin' Donuts application for facade renovation at 1635 Boston Post Road, map 26, lot 1. Yeah, Gateway Business District B4. And our petitioner is here. And sir, go ahead.
Paul, can you hear us?
Yes. Yes. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Okay, can you fill us in? Give us a little background.
On myself or on the project?
Well, the project.
Okay. Well, the project is a Dunkin' Donuts, and we're going to be doing a interior and exterior renovation. And as far as the exterior goes, we're keeping all of the siding is going to get repainted to, as you see there, the gauntlet gray. Okay, can you guys still hear me? I'm having a little bit of an issue.
Yes, we hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. I lost video. All right, so as you see on the drawings there, we have gauntlet gray going on the existing siding, and we're going to replace at the front entrance, we're going to replace the siding that we have there to a new cement board siding, which is a wood tones. It's like a wood clad siding with a pre-finished paint on it, and it's going to mimic like a real wood cladding. And in between those, we insert the aluminum bands, the aluminum accents, the white and the pink, as you see there on the drawings. The orange band that gets applied will be according to drawing as well. So they'll have LED lights, top and bottom to light up the facade, and to also add some accent lighting to the building itself. Where the Dunkin' Donuts sign goes, we're doing a cement board flat panel. It's a reveal panel system by James Hardy, and that gets painted white. And that's pretty much the extent of it on the exterior anyways. The existing raised panels on the roof will remain. They just get repainted. There is some repair that needs to be done on a few of them because over the years it's been weathered. So we're going to go in and replace some of the PVC trim that's on there with new.
Okay. So, does anybody have any questions?
A question. Do you have an example of this building in these colors that I could Google an existing Dunkin' Donut shop?
In these colors, we do. Off the top of my head right now, I'll have to search one. I don't know if Chris, if you have one in the area.
Yeah, could you guys see me still?
No.
Oh, I don't know how.
And it was disconcerting because I think Paul's face was there, but his lips weren't moving. So that was a little disconcerting.
We're having some trouble. You guys are cutting in and out as well, so I'm not sure if you can. Oh, I see you now, Chris.
Oh, here we go. Okay. Hey everyone. So my name is Chris DaCosta. Myself and my family we own the two shops in town. Um, in regards to the question, any other stores that look like this, we do have one in I have one in Madison, Connecticut that I did about maybe 2 years ago. This building looks, it is a bit different of a look than our kind of like our standard shops. I mean, if you guys obviously familiar with with the other one at 935 that where the interior has that newer look, which all Dunkins are going to and will required to do. So this will look much more updated, and the interior will look just like that one. And that one I think was done back. I think it's already 2017. But we did again. I have probably the closest store that I've remodeled to here would be in Madison, and then we've just recently done a handful in Branford, Connecticut. Again, not the exact look of the building, but generally speaking, with the signage and the lettering and the color scheme would be the same. And I can give you an address. I mean, for Branford, 33 Leeds Island Road or 112 North Main Street. I don't know that they'll be on Google Maps because we've done them recently.
Oh, okay, but just my question, you're the contractors, right? Or you own them?
No, the guy in the blue one.
Yeah.
You own the stores?
I do, yes, and Paul is the GC, yes.
Oh, okay, okay, just wanted to be sure.
Sure.
So just so I understand, the as-built is how it looks today,
Yes, correct.
and there's no signage on the building today?
Yeah, the
Yes,
sign is
yeah.
different. We're gonna get into that in a minute.
Okay.
If you look at the as-built on the entry, okay, if you look up over the window, you'll see approximate size of the sign. Because what we're missing dimensions, so I can't double check what is accurate and what isn't accurate. Okay, so when you measure the square footage for the sign, you gave us some square footage, but what you're allowed is what's based on a measurement of the facade that you're going to put it on. So in other words, that surface that has Duncan and your concrete board, your cement board up there, okay? You measure 10 feet high, no matter how high the building is, you're allowed 10 feet vertical and then the width of it. And I don't know what the width of that is. Okay, I don't see any dimensions on here. So I can't confirm that the size of the sign is allowed. Okay. It probably is, but I'm not sure because the size of the present sign is about one third. Yeah, another pylon sign. The actual dimension of the building, though, that's the brand's data. I need building is 6,000 square feet, but I don't have the dimensions. In other words, when you do the sign, you need this width.
Right.
Okay, you need that width by 10 feet to get the square footage to see how big you're allowed to sign. That's not like French Canadian.
It says
Anyway,
12 by 2.
yeah.
Yeah, that's usually would be submitted by our sign vendor. Did they not get that in, Paul?
Yeah. Yeah, usually there's another sheet that comes with these, reviews. So, because obviously everything is with the sign as well, you're going to want to know what you can do and what you can't do.
Right, there should have been a separate sign permit application submitted by
Yeah,
the
don't
sign
have it.
vendor.
yeah,
We don't have it.
You don't have it. If you look on page A5.0, it'll give you a dimension of the sign.
Yeah, that's fine, but it's where the sign is going is what we need to get the dimension of, because that'll affect the size of the sign potentially. Now, this may be perfectly allowable, but I need to know the width of that portion of the building.
The width of the existing monolith where the sign goes.
Yeah, just that, like that parapet. Just I
The
need the
parapet,
width.
yep. I could probably get that for you. I would just have to go down there and physically measure it, or I can scale it off the drawings.
Yeah, scale would be okay if you've got the drawing. If you want to give us a dimension, if you can do it now, that's fine. And we can determine, whether this can just stay as it is,
Yes,
or
I'll
you
have to-
shrink it.
Yeah, I'll look that up right now. Just give me a few minutes.
Okay, in the meantime, I think we might have some questions on the lighting. In fact, we have a lot of questions on the lighting. So now the strip lighting over is that just going to be the LEDs on top and bottom of the orange fixture that's over the windows?
Correct.
Okay, how are you making that dark sky compliant? We're a dark sky compliant town. Do you have a certificate for that?
No, we do not.
Okay, because you had what we happen to like a lot of are those downlights, the barn lights on the buildings. We recommend those. If you go around town, you'll notice
Warm
they're all over the place.
and warm.
Yeah, well, we're gonna get to the temperature in a minute, Denise.
Yes,
Yeah.
some people call them gooseneck lights.
Yeah, gooseneck, barn lights, whatever you want to call them. But this here, you're going to illuminate the whole front of the building and you have no way of controlling the uplight. You're putting light out into the atmosphere and this is a nesting area for some birds. You're near the Oyster River and so that's a big concern. Okay, we had to,
Okay.
we had another applicant who was putting that in and they had to go back to their engineering department and readjust their sign to make it reasonably compliant with what we look for here.
Okay, I mean, it's very easy to eliminate the lighting on top of the band and just maintain the lighting underneath the band.
Okay, so then we go to another area of color temperature, which we're not going to be proving anything over 3,000 Kelvin. It's got to be that soft white on the warm side in washing the building, because 4,000 you're starting to get into a flat white, which is awfully bright. Okay, the whole point is to try and tone down the lighting. But you're at an important intersection, okay? And your residual lighting put out by your cars, your traffic lights, everything at that intersection, okay, is about 1 nit, okay, in terms of luminance, okay? And so if you use a 40-to-1, you know, you could probably be allowed up to 40 nits, but that's still way high for that particular corner. You just want some contrast in illuminating the building. So
Yeah, it's just accent lighting. It's not very bright at all. So if you're telling us we can't be above 2,500 luminuses, then that's what we'll have to put in, and it will be a soft light. There's multiple temperatures with these LED lights.
yeah, see, and then that's again applies to the problem of the Duncan. I don't know if there's some kind of I don't know, maybe some kind of a molding up on top, like a canopy molding, you know, to contain some of the light. I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on that, Ed, on the Duncan itself? Because as I see that, you've got that channel and you're looking for that shadow, which we discourage in this town, that shadow lighting.
So we're going from gooseneck to
Yeah, it's a LED.
neon kind of look.
Yeah, it's a LED, yeah.
Well, I'm just curious, why? Why?
That's so the drawings are made as per recommended by the brand. It's not something that, you know, I say I want or prefer, you know.
That's corporate. It's
Yeah.
corporate.
Yeah, that's kind of dictated through the process. It isn't something that I say I want this or that. They say this is what we want it to look like.
Can we request gooseneck lighting?
Because that's what's there now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lovely.
and it's working fine.
Like, why? That just seems counter to our aesthetic.
Gooseneck lighting, where? On the Duncan sign?
Yeah, I'm looking at your as-built.
Look at your as-built.
Yeah,
Right, so I like your as-built.
Yeah.
Why do we need to change?
Then that would come in compliance with a lot of the other buildings in town. You want a kind of a family look.
You save money and you make us happy.
okay, yeah, those goosenecks, the gooseneck lighting is actually shining on the awnings over the windows. It's not, that sign that's there now is internally illuminated as is.
But I
So-
mean, why do we have to change the goosenecks to these neon?
No, it's a national brand.
Well, because
I understand, but this an as is, why do you?
we're changing the awnings out. Those big bulky orange awnings are coming off. That gooseneck lighting is designed to shine on that awning to get,
That's not-
to enhance the awning and the orange color of the awning. It's not intended to light up any sidewalks or anything else. That's its only intent, is just for the awnings itself.
Between the.
To show the color.
Some kind of sconce.
But yeah,
For a wall washer.
Yeah, it's in between your awnings,
in
actually.
between, yeah.
It's not shining.
It's a wall washer, right.
So it's not for shining on your awnings. So,
Okay, I was
My
looking at the
question
wrong
goes-
page.
why do you have to change them?
Well, they're getting away from this type of look, and they're going more streamlined LED with, they last longer and
That's the national brand.
they're more consistent.
Yeah, we may not like it, but that's why they're doing it. That's why they're recommending it, because they're following the dictates of the national branding. Okay, we may not like it, but that's why they're doing it.
Yeah, it's not our,
We
it's not
can
our choice.
exercise some control over that, though.
That's what I said, we may not like it, yeah.
I'd like to request that you consider keeping the gooseneck lighting.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I second that.
We haven't had a motion. We'll get that in the
I'm
final
kidding.
motion.
That was a
I know.
joke.
We'll get that in the final motion. You know, I have, in the standalone, the pylon sign, that's a direct replacement. So, you know, that doesn't pose any issue. That's as built, and you're just replacing the cabinet, new sign on
The
the
sign
cabinet.
face is on the pylon, correct?
Yeah, okay, that's not a problem. And then the,
Oh, Chris, are you being forced to update?
Say that again?
Are you being forced to update?
Yes,
Yes.
well, Dunkin' Brands,
Yes.
every 10 years.
Contractually, we have to do this, per corporate's direction.
yeah,
So
that's true.
there's no choice here.
Yeah, the other sign, where you have on the side elevation, again, that's why we're gonna need the full width of that building. Where that, I don't know, what are you calling it? Your cup icon? Okay, notice on their little chart, which I needed a magnifying glass to, actually, make sure the dimensions were right. What you do with a sign like that is you basically draw the square around it. You know, all those little odd shapes and everything all have to be included in that square. And that's your square footage, number of square inches or square feet for that sign. And so it kind of shows you dimension A and B would be your square. You know, C doesn't really matter in that. Okay, you don't have to measure that little D inside. That's included in that sign. Okay.
Mhm.
So, again, just to double check the size of that, we need to dimension that side elevation dimension. Just that flat portion that part of the sign is going to be on. Okay, so.
Just a flat
And
portion?
again, yeah, in other words, it looks like some mechanical there. As you're looking at that side elevation, it looks like you're facing west, maybe. Yeah.
What page are you on?
Yeah, this is A5.1, yeah. That side elevation on the.
Okay, yeah, it looks like a dormer there.
Yeah, but that whole side of the building, you know, will count for your square footage. So you're gonna probably be okay in terms of square footage, but just for us to confirm that it's correct, we need
Okay,
that
to
dimension.
get back to you on your other question, on the front monolith, we have 14 feet from side to side.
Okay, 14 feet. Okay, so,
And I'll get you a dimension on, looks like the side elevation here.
140 square feet, okay. And then that means, okay, 140 square feet, and the sign itself is 21, for all practical purposes, 21.6. 15%, so that's okay. Yeah, they're okay. I think they're okay on the size. Do the
Yeah,
math, Ed.
I
You can
brought
double
up, I
check
brought
right now.
up the sign vendors drawings. It looks like they have 10 foot 9.25 for that Duncan sign, total length,
Yeah,
and 24-inch lettering, height wise.
yeah,
The
yeah, I've
side
got
of the
the,
building, the side of the building is 28 feet 2 inches.
okay. 28 feet, 2 inches. And again, by 10, so,
280 feet.
yeah, 282 feet. Yeah, so that's just a small percentage. I don't think there's an issue there. So those signs are fine in that space.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, before we move on with that, because again, the lighting is what's particularly important for us, I think.
Okay. So no, you want to keep the goosenecks? I'll have
Yeah.
to, I mean, I don't know if corporate will allow us. I mean, that's going to look very different from every other Dunkin' Donuts around you. Um, the gooseneck lights, they just put spots on the building. It's not an even, consistent light. It leaves so much, so it leaves a shadow on everything.
It's a preferred light here in town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know there's some flexibility at the corporate level because, I wasn't on the board then, but, I've kind of heard some of the background on the other Duncan, and some of those things were changed as well on that, when that
We had
came
quite a
through.
few meetings on
Yeah.
that one, Chris. I don't know if you were.
Yeah, I think on the other shop was the brand built store, and it was a test to some degree. That was really like the prototype for what we're doing today. That was one of them back, I think it was 2017 or 18.
Yeah,
Again, it's not the goosenecks or no goosenecks. It doesn't matter. It's not up to me in the sense I don't care. It's just we do what they kind of tell us. They have a look that they want, and that's what they push on us to build.
now, we wouldn't have a problem if they found some kind of a more modern looking light that was a downlight that was in that shape. I understand, you're upgrading the look of the building, and it is corporate. That's, we're not gonna, stop you from doing that, except some of these compliance things, we do have to follow. So, but you can do downlights as wall washers. You don't have to put the goosenecks in the same positions. You can move them around a little bit between the windows, wash your wall, put them up a little higher, and you'll get more of it. As long as there's a downlight radiation of the light, can't go up.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
And then if you added a couple of extra, then having a lower luminance and color temperature, there won't be any issue with that. The building will look fine.
Okay. Do you need a revised set of drawings to approve, or can we just agree to leave the gooseneck lights the way they are?
Yeah, well, because you may be coming back if they're not going to go along with that. I would hope they would. Do we
What
want to
would-
continue it?
What would that process? What would you want that?
Have them check with corporate? What do you think? You've done this.
Yeah, I mean, we've been through this type of situation before with other corporate entities.
Yeah,
And they check with corporate, and for the most part, they come back and give us what we would like.
yeah, exactly. So what I'm thinking of doing is simply continuing this. We meet every 2 weeks. I think it would be, for that issue, I think you have enough time to put it together and get your material from your sign vendor. Okay, and also check with corporate, if there's some wiggle room and you might be able to find an actual product. That will give you enough time the next few days, to find something. I know there are a lot of interesting products out there, and I'm sure they'll be able to put their finger on it right away. I've had to do that in the flooring business. in contract flooring, you know, we've had to come up with things and we've always managed to find them. So what I would do, what I'm suggesting is I would continue this to the next meeting, which would be in 2 weeks. And, at that point, you could come back with all the paperwork done, have all the dimensions, have something we could actually see, you know, and, maybe drop off the actual color chips of the corporate colors that we're looking at. Because this is a, you know,
I believe that was all FedEx to the board.
Yeah, yeah, we have some of the colors here. Yeah, we have the paint chips.
Yeah,
But at that point, you'll know where you stand with the lighting, and then we could move on from there and approve the application.
the lighting is very simple. If you want it to stay, we'll just push it for it to stay.
Yeah, okay.
And that's it. And then we'll put, are you okay with, putting in the orange band without the LED lights? Cause I have to
Yeah,
remove those awnings
yeah. The
and,
awnings have to go out. You can, you know, if you do a warm tone LED on the bottom side, as long as it doesn't project upward.
okay, so you're approving an LED light on the bottom of the orange band.
Yeah, would
In
you agree?
addition to the gooseneck.
Or just drop it completely with the goosenecks?
I mean,
Yeah.
just drop.
Like Denise just asked.
Cause we can have both. We can have keep the goosenecks the way they are, put the orange band in with the LED downlight to shine up the sidewalk a little better. And we can keep the goosenecks the way they are and just maybe change the bulbs out, make sure they're all operational and
Keep gooseneck lights. Okay.
'cause that's an easy fix.
Okay, drop window LEDs, yeah. LEDs. Windows. I'm just getting my points together because we have to put the resolution together here. Okay,
Okay, while you're doing that, is the lighting changing on the pylon sign?
No, just the sign faces.
yeah, that's fine. That's grandfathered. That's no issue. As long as they use the same case, you know, it's not an issue. You're gonna
Yes.
put LEDs on the inside, right?
The LEDs already are on the inside.
Oh, they're already there. Okay.
Yeah, we're just changing the sign the translucent faces.
Drop LEDs on the window, keep the gooseneck light. Okay, 3,000 K Kelvin, at, maximum, what, 2,000 lumens, you think? We do 1,800 to 2,000 typically.
Yeah, 2,000 maximum.
Yeah, 2,000 max lumens. Okay, that's another item here. The Duncan sign itself with the shadow lighting. What do we want to do with that? That's got to be shadow lit because they have no other way of illuminating that.
As long as it's not going upward, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the sign on the Duncan sign, the light comes out of the front of it. It doesn't go up.
Oh, it doesn't.
No,
it
it's encased.
Oh, okay.
The lettering is all encased in aluminum, and then just the face of it illuminates.
Oh, okay, yeah, because when
Yeah.
I was looking at the drawing, it looked like you were getting a shadow lighting effect around it, and it was, and the area of the letters was almost too big for that. So it is internally lit.
It's internally lit,
Oh,
yes.
okay, fine.
Individually, each letter has its own LED lighting on
Yeah,
the
that's fine. That's fine.
inside of the box.
Okay, so it's really, just, drop the LEDs on the window, keep the gooseneck lights, keep the color temperature at 3,000 Kelvin and maximum of 2,000 lumens. And that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make a motion, to, accept the, review application as presented, with the, strong recommendation to, retain the gooseneck lighting on the building, in lieu of LED wall washers. Keep the color temperature not to exceed 3,000 Kelvin and with a maximum lumens of 2,000. And drop the LEDs on the window. And Okay.
I'm with you.
Was that Tatiana?
Second,
Ed seconds. Any further discussion?
No.
All in favor?
aye.
Aye. So moved.
All right, very good.
You're all set.
Thank you.
All
Thank you
right.
very much.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you
luck.
very much.
Thanks a lot.
Have a
Good
good
luck.
night.
So,
Yep, bye-bye.
Into the record.
yes,
There's no motion.
no,
There's no objection. Okay, the minutes are in the record, and I'll take a motion for adjournment.
Yes, I move to adjourn the meeting. No,
Okay,
second.
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 Okay, all in favor?
aye,
Aye, thanks, folks.
cool.
Okay, I just have a question.